My wife divorced me by text. I'm leaving you and moving to LA with my 20-year-old boy toy. I've already emptied our joint account, haha. I calmly replied, good luck. When she realized what I'd done, it was already too late. The text arrived between helping customers at my boutique. I'm leaving you and moving to LA with my 20-year-old boyfriend. I've already emptied our joint account, haha. My hands didn't shake as I read it. My voice didn't waver as I helped Mr. Pete pick out a tie. The only sign that my wife of 14 years had just nuked our marriage via text was a slight tightening around my eyes. I waited until Mr. Pete left. His purchase wrapped in our signature golden paper. Before typing my response. Good luck. My name is Callum, and at 44, I just received the most callous goodbye in history. But while Kelly was probably gloating over her grand exit, imagining me in tears over her betrayal, I was calmly locking up my boutique for the day. The signs had been there for months. The late nights at work that never matched her pay deposits. The sudden password changes on her phone. The way she'd started going to the gym religiously, buying new clothes, trying to recapture her youth. 4 months ago, I'd found a receipt for dinner for two at an expensive restaurant on a night she'd claimed to be working late. That same evening, I'd opened a separate bank account at a different bank. A week later, when she mentioned wanting to combine our accounts to simplify things, I'd agreed cheerfully while moving my personal savings to the new account. The joint account she'd just emptied? It contained exactly enough to keep her from getting suspicious, about 2 months' worth of regular deposits. The rest was safely tucked away, along with detailed records of every suspicious transaction she'd made over the past year. My phone buzzed again. Don't bother begging. Zach and I leave tomorrow. I'll send for my things later. Zach, the new receptionist at her office. I'd met him at the company Christmas party, watched him laugh too loudly at Kelly's jokes. Noticed how he'd touched her arm when he thought no one was looking. He was young enough to be her son, naive enough to think he was special. I didn't respond to her text. Instead, I called my lawyer, the one I'd consulted 2 months ago when I'd found the hotel charges on our credit card statement. It's time, I said simply. She just made her move. The papers are ready, he replied. I'll file them first thing tomorrow. Do you want me to have her served in LA? No rush. Let her think she's won first. Another text from Kelly. I know this must be hard for you. You're not getting any younger after all. At least you have your little shop to keep you busy. My little shop, the successful boutique I'd built from scratch, the one that generated more income than her middle management position, the one whose profits I'd carefully kept separate from our joint finances. I smiled, thinking of the certified letters that would greet her in LA, let her enjoy her moment of triumph. I spent that evening in our house, my house since I'd inherited it from my grandfather and kept it in my name despite Kelly's repeated suggestions to add her to the deed. Another lucky instinct that had paid off. While organizing the paperwork my lawyer would need, I found our wedding album. Kelly looked so different than before. Her midlife crisis had turned her into a caricature of her former self. These days she wore shirts too tight for her, tried too hard to connect with the 20-somethings at her office, used slang that sounded ridiculous coming from a woman of 45. My phone kept buzzing with texts from her, each one more condescending than the last. I've been planning this for months. Zach understands me in ways you never could. You'll be fine. Maybe you'll find someone more your own age. Already told my family. They agree we grew apart. It's nobody's fault, really. I screenshotted each message, adding them to my evidence folder. Let her dig her hole deeper. My lawyer would love her casual admission of premeditation, her gleeful announcement about emptying our account. The last text caught my attention. BTW, I used the joint card to book our flights and hotel. Consider it my parting gift, LOL. Perfect. I called the credit card company. Mr. Jameson speaking. I need to report fraudulent charges and cancel a card immediately. Of course, sir. Can you identify the charges? 2 first-class tickets to LA booked today. Hotel charges at the Four Seasons Hotel. And I'll need to remove my wife as an authorized user. Do you have documentation of the fraud? Text messages from my wife admitting she used our joint card to book travel with her boyfriend after emptying our bank account. I'll be happy to forward them. The representative's professional tone couldn't quite hide his satisfaction as he canceled the charges. Kelly and Zach would arrive at the airport tomorrow to find their tickets invalidated, their hotel reservation canceled. My phone buzzed again. Don't worry about the house. I'll let you stay there until you find something smaller. I actually laughed out loud at that one. Did she really think she had any claim to my grandfather's house? Had her ego grown so large that she'd forgotten whose name was on the deed? Another buzz. And I know the shop means a lot to you. We can work out a fair payment for your half. My half. Of my business. That I'd built myself, funded myself, grown myself while she complained about my long hours and called it my hobby. I poured a glass of iced tea, and relaxed. Tomorrow, Kelly would learn some hard truths about property law and separate assets. But tonight, I'd enjoy the quiet and plan my next chapter. Morning brought a flurry of increasingly angry texts from Kelly. What the heck did you do to our credit card? The airline won't honor our tickets. The hotel canceled our reservation. Answer me. I silenced my phone and headed to my boutique. Friday was always our busiest day. And I had a new shipment of designer handbags to unpack. Life goes on, even when your wife runs off with a receptionist young enough to be her son. Around noon, her father called.